This week, there are so many different scenarios where a guy who is not wearing the jersey of the team that you love can become an all-time favorite. Kyle, the Eagles need the Bears to beat the Vikings to even stand a chance in the playoff picture. Who from the Philadelphia Eagles fan base that plays for the Chicago Bears will they be forever loving?
Ooh. Yeah, I like this because the cool thing about the Bengals thing, it wasn't A.J. Green. It was a guy who was more of a role player that you'll remember their name. It wasn't the marquee guy. And I think at this table, we all believe in magic. We've had a few magicians on the show. We've spellbound, especially this time of year. We all believe in this sort of Nick Foles, Eagles match. Feels very special. But we also believe in math, all right? So the Eagles need some help. The math says that they need the Bears to win. And this is the easiest thing of all time. The guy who's going to be the Eagles' hero for the Chicago Bears is clearly Trey Burton, guys. The tight end, of course it's going to be Trey Burton. He's had kind of a quiet year, but his catches are spiking right now. And I think most importantly, after throwing one of the biggest passes in NFL history in Minneapolis, Trey Burton has not thrown a pass yet this year, guys.
Not one.
He has not thrown a single pass. So can you think of anything better than when the Eagles need somebody on the Bears?
What's the scenario?
This is very simple, all right? The Eagles need somebody on the Bears to make a play. The Vikings are winning. They're up 5. They're backed up in their own end zone. It's back in the 7-yard line. The Bears call a timeout. It's 4th and goal. They need the win. Mitch Trubisky runs over to Nagy and says, "You want to do it?" And Nagy says, "You want to go windy? And they just go, "Yes."
Windy.
And they run the windy special, and Trey Burton throws the ball. For some reason, they put in Chase Daniel. I don't know why. But they put in Chase Daniel, and he catches for the touchdown. The Bears win. The Vikings are out. The Eagles are in. 2 times Burton has been there for the Eagles. It has to go this way. Burton, my guy.
Burton statue?
Burton statue. Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
Nate, the Steelers need the Browns to beat the Ravens to make the playoffs. So take your best shot. Who will Steelers fans be loving that wears a Browns jersey on Monday?
So here's the thing about spoilers, man. If you're watching a movie and somebody whispers to you, Bruce Willis is a ghost. I hate that. It's the worst in the world. Or if you're at home and you get some milk, you're like, I can't find the date. Is this? Comes
out in chunks.
Nobody likes spoilers, but in football, I love spoilers. So the guy that's going to spoil the Ravens season, is Hollywood Higgins.
Oh, Rashard
Higgins. Listen, the Steelers are going to be celebrating this man because it's going to be late in the game. Lamar Jackson's going to go down. He's going to have an amazing drive. There's only going to be seconds left, and they're not in field goal range, so they can't get a field goal to go ahead. You know what they're going to call? They're going to go in and say, bless him on 2. They're going to throw the ball to Jarvis. Everybody's going to think Jarvis is going to take off and run. You know who's screaming down the opposite sideline? Mr. Hollywood Higgins. And he's going to score a touchdown, roll out the red carpet, and do his
Jarvis is going to throw it to him?
He's going to throw it to him.
The best spoiler is a Hollywood spoiler.
It's the Hollywood spoiler, right? So they're going to do the paparazzi. Mr. Hollywood Higgins is going to play spoiler.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, here's the next
I can't believe that
scenario.
just happened.
It's great. The Vikings, they can get into the playoffs if they beat the Bears. But let's say they don't. Let's say they lose, okay? They can still get in if the Redskins beat the Eagles. So let's go down this doomsday scenario. The Vikings and Kirk Cousins, they lose. But the game over in Washington is still going on. Philly's playing the Redskins. Who in a Redskins jersey could end up being the Vikings hero?
So somebody on the Redskins would be the hero for the Vikings. You want to hear a story? Would it be a great story in this game? How about a guy who took the Vikings to the playoffs in 4 of his full 8 seasons? A guy who won MVP as a running back while with the Vikings. A guy who led the league in rushing 3 times up in Minnesota. And a guy who set the single-game rushing record at 296 in the purple uniform. Adrian Peterson. This is exactly what's going to happen for the Redskins. And how is he going to do it? It's going to be this kind of a play, a 90-yarder. He did this last time they met already, you guys. Week 13. Do you remember this?
Yes, I feel like this was 13 years ago.
This will be the play or something just like this to seal the deal for the Redskins to help those Vikings get in.
Can you imagine the Vikings lose?
Legend.
All the fans are depressed, and Adrian Peterson saves their season when it's all said and done.
Iconic Viking.
Legacy.
The best. The best with a run like that. I kind of want that, too.
Have that kind of run against this
I want
squad
all
in Week
these.
13.
You're right.
I want all these to happen.
I do. All of them, but they can't.
The Ravens, okay, if they lose, they can still get in if the Steelers also lose. So last year, they were the victims of a horrible doomsday scenario where Tyler Boyd kills. Okay, so let's say the Ravens lose somehow. Let's say the Browns win. The Ravens and their fans, they're all watching the game. And who's going to make the play for the Bengals to beat the Steelers?
Who is it?
How symmetrical would this be?
Think about it.
Tyler Boyd!
Again!
Tyler Boyd right now is fighting an MCL injury. They're saying he probably won't play, but let's just give...
It's your Boyd!
Let's just give them the possibility of making this story come full circle for Ravens fans. He breaks your heart one year. Next year, exactly 365 days later, he comes out and Tyler Boyd scores a touchdown in the final seconds from Jeff Driscoll, not Andy Dalton, scores the touchdown, puts the Ravens into the playoffs. All comes full circle. Now Tyler Boyd's a hero in Baltimore.
Tyler Boyd is